Hey guys, what's up? It's Hype. I want to preface this by saying that I don't want any negativity within the comment section. I want this video to be a platform for civil discussion. So I'm going to ask you guys nicely to leave the personal attacks out of it. And anything that I do see that sort of resembles any personal attacks towards anybody on the Mineplex staff team, I am going to remove. And believe me, I know that you guys are frustrated and I know you're upset with the current landscape of Mineplex. But I personally feel like if we have any chance of getting any sort of answers from the Mineplex staff team, we have to eliminate the toxicity. They don't want to engage in that. I don't want to engage in that. You probably don't want to engage in that. So I'm gonna ask you guys respectfully to limit that. But I felt the need to make this video because a lot of us are upset about the current state of the Mineplex server, and I know a lot of you guys have a lot of concerns that I feel need to be addressed. I want to invite you guys to leave your opinions on how the current situation is at Mineplex in the comments, and that applies whether you're a Bedrock player or a Java player. For myself, obviously, I'm a Bedrock player. I've played a lot of Java, but I now primarily play on Bedrock. So for the purpose of this video, the issues that I address are going to be primarily focused on the Bedrock side. That's not to turn a blind eye at all to the issues that are happening on Java. I know you guys are heavily frustrated too. And I don't want anybody to misquote me as saying that I dislike Mineplex at all. I love the Mineplex community. I've made so many valuable friendships with people that I've met on Mineplex, and I don't think I'll ever fully disassociate myself from the community. I still talk to those people to this day. In fact, I talked to a few of them less than an hour ago. But I think in this situation, criticism is fair because as a community, we've put up with this for so long, and it seems like it's just not going away. You know, whether it's the whole controversy surrounding VIP Plus and whether or not that was enough, or former admins on the server being outed as genuine predators, the severe lack of content updates on Mineplex. You know, when's the last time we got a new game mode or a satisfying update where you felt, okay, this is a big update? Like servers like Hive, for example, just released 4 new game modes. The community was going absolutely wild for it. I do not consider myself nor identify as a Hive player, and even I was quite excited for the release of stuff like Capture the Flag. There's no excitement like that within the Mineplex community. There are updates such as the stats update, which has been planned for well over 5 years now, before I even started playing Mineplex, and I started way back in 2017. There are so many little things that Hive is so far ahead of Mineplex at, it's unreal. And the main argument that I seem to hear a lot is, well, Hive has more developers. Well, what is the developer situation at Mineplex? Alex was quoted a few months ago as saying that he was looking for new developers, but looking at the forums and looking in game, and genuinely looking within the community, they're nowhere to be seen. And we haven't had a single update in regards to that situation since then. Are we hiring new developers? Are we not hiring new developers? And if we're not, I think we have to ask ourselves why, because they're drastically needed. It seems like right now, Gyro is doing everything by himself, and he started off very hot. He fixed the knockback, he did a lot of updates to Micro Battles and to Cake Wars and to Sky Wars, and those were very welcome additions to those game modes. And I think those of us especially who grind those game modes now have a better quality of life playing those games because of him. But let's be real, Mineplex gets how many players? 5,000 to 10,000. That's when the servers are working. And you're asking one man, just one man, to manage all of that. It's just completely unrealistic. So I think we need more developers. And once we can do that, that's when we kind of get the ball rolling and we can start pushing out more updates, more content, more game modes, satisfied community. The next thing I want to address is the actual state of the server itself. I mean the actual hardware that runs the server. Just straight up, what's going on there? I'm a Micro Battles player, and I recently came back to the server and was astonished to find that I couldn't even find a game of Micro Battles. I'd launched the game and it had come up with unable to find a joinable server. Okay, click again, same thing. I asked a few people who are notable around the Micro Battles community. They tell me that Micro Battles has been down for nearly 2 weeks. This is a pattern on Mineplex that feels so much like deja vu every couple of months. The servers will shut down. You'll be unable to join Mineplex, or if you can join Mineplex, a certain game mode will be down. And it just knocks the wind out of your sails and it makes you not want to play at all. And this is just annoyingly frequent that this happens. Okay, let's then assume that the server's up, game modes are working, you can get on fine. Your experience is then going to be ruined by hackers. There's a notable, I guess, cheater within the community known as Kawa. And I'm going to be straight up honest with you, when I was within the Mineplex community, I did not like Kawa whatsoever. Now that I've kind of taken a step back and looked at it from the outside, I realize, honestly, I was the one in the wrong for caring too much. And I truly don't think it's Kawa's fault for one reason: Mineplex invites people like that. Mineplex does not IP ban anybody whatsoever for any reason. Even if they're network banned, they have to be proven to be that person before their alternate account can be banned. The problem then arises when you find out hackers don't play by the rules. They're going to get on alternate accounts, they're going to cheat, they're going to get banned. They can then make a new Xbox account for free, get back on within 10 minutes, and they're ready to go again. There's a simple solution to this: IP ban. Hackers, it's not that hard. Mineplex essentially does this to themselves when they refuse to IP ban people. And their main excuse is that, okay, well, what if another member of the family is hacking, you try to get on, and then you're banned because let's say your little brother had 8-block reach. I find this excuse to be such a cop-out and so convenient because, let's be honest, how many times does that happen? Mineplex is a small community within itself, okay? It's not like a game like, let's say, Fortnite, where millions of people are playing, and you might have a couple of members of your family within the same household who also want to play. Ask yourself honestly, how many members of your family play Mineplex? If the answer is more than just you, fair enough, but I guarantee for the majority of you, it's just going to be you. So if you cheat, you should be responsible for that. You should get IP banned for 30 days, and if you continue to do it, you should be network banned. Mineplex completely misses the mark on this, and that's why we have these situations like Kawa, where they're able to take advantage of Mineplex's ban system, and to be honest, make some pretty funny content in the meantime. Like, you guys do this to yourselves. And another thing is, I wish we had communication with Mineplex. Why do they make some of the decisions that they make at the top level? There's no communication there at all. Let's take Hypixel for an example. Okay, we know the owner's name is Simon. He has a Twitter account. You can contact him there. He interacts with his community. Hypixel in general have a blog on their forums where the admins can interact with the community. You do not see that on Mineplex. None of the higher ups interact with the community whatsoever. We don't get any update, we aren't spoken to, we aren't clued in as to what's going on Mineplex. We're left in the dark in so many situations. And I think in any relationship, when there's a lack of communication there, you start to lose interest, you start to care less, and you sort of just move on, which a lot of the top players have done. There's also no incentive as a community to play outside of our own community hosted events. People like Moffy and James, they host community events within the Bedrock 80s server, but there's no official Bedrock community events from Mineplex at all. There are so many dedicated players like FoxGal, Red Flare, XD Lord who play this game every single day, and I'm 99% sure that a lot of them share the same opinions as me. So you know it's bad when the players who have the top 1% of playtime on your server, when they raise valid concerns and those are ignored, that's not a good situation. Oh, and before I wrap this up, I want to say something about the EU servers, because my boy Thunder Regal's been complaining about it for a long time. Yeah, those don't work. We have to use the US IP to even log into the server, by the way, so something to address there. So in closing, I want to know what you guys' opinions are on the Mineplex server at the minute. If you have any concerns or you have just anything to share, make sure that you do comment. You guys' opinions are massively valued here. But as I said, do make sure that we're being respectful. I look forward to seeing you guys' opinions and any issues that you raise. And until next time, take care guys. Peace.